All right, hello everybody. The Gamers DMZ. Thanks for joining us another Thursday. Got myself, Jazzy Moto, and under is we got Mega Elixir. Then we have OG Double M, followed by,
What's up?
and then he's followed by Sir Rich. And after that, we got the one and only the one.
What's up? What's up? What's up? So, how's everyone been doing this week? Hopefully, you guys been playing some good games and enjoying the games that you have been playing and beating a lot of games. Hope. So, let's roll right into it. Lady Jazz, thank you for the introduction. How many games or what games have you been playing this week?
Oh, you want me to start?
Yes, that's why I
I
said Lady Jazz, what games?
So I've jumped a little bit back on Elden Ring, Fall Guys, Yakuza. Really been playing Multiverses. Really enjoying that one. Oh, what else? I know there's something else I've been playing. I'm gonna be playing Peppa Pig again now that I know how to get to Potato City. So thank you. It's driving me crazy.
Mm.
Oh yeah, and Raji, Ancient Epic. And that's about it. Oh, and Destiny.
I love that Destiny. What about you, Megalixer?
Well, I've played Multiverses, just unlocked Jake the Dog and Bugs Bunny. Um, I've played Infamous 2 and I beat that. I've played Uncharted 3 and I beat that. And I started on yeah, and I started on the first God of War game.
Nice.
The very
And
first God of War?
the very first God of War.
Nice.
Yeah, that's about it.
What about you, Double?
Let's see. This week so far, like you said, the Peppa Pig thing. The Potato City just driving me crazy. Playing that. I beat Binary Domain. Very good
Yeah.
game. Very good 360 game. I think everybody should play it. What else? I just downloaded Shadow of War. Serge got on me about that. I should have. He said it's pretty good now. And oh, I beat Bright Memory. I don't know if y'all
Oh,
played
you?
that.
Nah, I didn't buy it. Is it pretty good?
Yeah, it's short, but it's a good game. It's a great
Yeah.
game. Uh, that's about it for me.
Okay. What about you, Sir Rich?
Uh, what was I playing? Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered, Fall Guys, Multiverse, and I started playing Apex again. And that's it.
That's it, huh?
Yep.
Hey, it kept you busy most of the week outside of the rigmarole of work, right?
Hmm?
I said it kept you busy having fun outside of the rigmarole of work.
Oh, yeah.
Well, as far
Definitely.
as, well, for me, let's see. I always play Call of Duty. I wanted to jump back into Halo Infinite multiplayer, but I didn't. I played Multiverses. I played Peppa Pig because I had to get my 200 points. So I had finally finished that. I played Eruthian, whatever that is, that Japanese game, side scrolling RPG. I played Wolfenstein on the PC. And those are the games I've been playing all week. Didn't play as much as I wanted to because I've been a little busy. But in my leisure, I hop on, hop off. I don't think I played it all. Yesterday, I think I played like 10 to 15 minutes and hopped off. Oh, I played Batman, another game.
Which Batman?
What is that called? It's Bat. Not no no no. It's the Telltale Bat.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the
I want
Telltale
to
Bat.
stop playing those.
Excuse me.
I want to start playing those. I think.
Yeah. So those are the
Check those.
ones of them. Yeah, I like them. I just don't like the um controls suck because to me, I need my controller inverted, and it's horrible. The Y invert is not good for me. To be quick enough. If they could fix that, the game would be much better for me. But it's okay.
Hmm.
So those are
Check
the
it out.
games that I'm playing. So here's a good topic I want to discuss. Let me put you guys on hold 1 second. Jazz, take it over. We're gonna talk about game delays.
Oh, I'm trying to juggle the video here. Give me a second.
Sorry about that. I do apologize. What I was going to talk about. There were two major games delayed by Microsoft. One was what Redfall, and the other was Starfield. And the internet or gamers, let's not say internet, but the gaming people on the internet, and they went a little south as far as going in on Microsoft about game delays, no games, blah 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 blah. One, everyone, I guess, a lot of people may assume that Microsoft is the only one, but do you guys remember back in the day, maybe a year and a half ago, when Phil Spencer said due to COVID, in the middle of 2020, he said we're not worried about games coming out in 2020, but it's going to be in 2021 where we really see the impact of COVID. Y'all remember that statement?
Yeah.
Mm.
You remember it, Double?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so my whole point is he was trying to predict and let everyone know that there were going to be game delays. I guess people thought he was joking. But when Starfield got delayed and Redfall got delayed, they went on. Everyone kind of went in and said, okay, well, boo hoo, Microsoft cannot release games. Let's not forget, God of War was supposed to release last year, right?
Right.
It didn't release, correct? I mean, and it releases what, in November. Uh, Based off of the gameplay on Horizon Forbidden West, that should have been delayed at least another 4 or 5 months. I have the game now, but I bought it a month ago. That game should have been delayed based off all the hiccups it had. I think Gran Turismo had a couple of hiccups that should have been delayed. My whole point is all these delays, I guess everyone was going in on Microsoft. That being said, I want to just briefly discuss all the games that have been delayed thus far. And you guys give me your opinion after I read the list, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm trying to scroll up on my PC. So as of 2022, River City Girls, Marvel's Midnight Sun, which we found out about, right? This week or last week. Arc Raiders, uh, Season, A Letter to the Future. I never heard of that game, but that's been delayed. Warhammer 40,000 Dark Tide, Toy Soldiers, Nintendo Switch, The Lord of the Rings, Golem, Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, Star Wars Hunters, Immortality, Sea of Stars, Homeworld 3, Replaced, Chia, Test Drive Unlimited, Kerbal Space Program. And as you know, Starfield, Redfall, the day before, The Witcher 3. Remember, they were supposed to release the
Oh,
update, The Witcher 3. That was delayed.
uh,
The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Sons of the Forest, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. I remember that game everyone was interested in.
yeah.
EA Sports PGA Tour, Starship Troopers,
Mm.
Advanced War, Stalker 2, which we know that was based because of what's going on in Ukraine. Frontier, Warhammer's Age of Sigmar. Rumbleverse. I think Rumbleverse just came out today. Settlers,
Yeah.
Forspoken. Those are the games that were put on delay. So, do you think one, and I want to start with you, Double, do you think one, they are taking is it justified? And do you think the Cyberpunk had something to do with this as well, being that Cyberpunk released with it as a complete mess, and a lot of developers like, we don't want to go down that road. We don't want to experience what they experience, and that gamers think we're giving them a half-baked product. So we're going to take all the time in the world to make a good game. So you think a lot of developers are doing that, or a lot of people are saying they're not releasing games in November because of God of War. So what do you think, Double?
I would. I do think that Cyberpunk had a lot to do with it. I mean, it's
In the respect that that because no one wants to release a game like Cyberpunk and get caught with that stigma.
exactly. I, I, I mean, look at all these games that's been incomplete lately, anyway. And I think it's good that these games are delayed.
But then aren't gamers talking off both sides of their neck then? One, you want a game now, but then you want a good game. You don't want the game to be delayed, but you want a great game. You want the game now, but you get mad when it's not released on time.
They talking out the side of their neck.
They
But
talking
I'd
out
rather
both
have
sides.
I'd rather have the polished. I would rather have the polished game. And if it's delayed, it's delayed. For
Hey, my
sure.
buddy, one of my workout buddies signed in. He said, "Greetings." That's Just Talk. That's one of my workout buddies.
Okay.
Oh, that's what's up.
Just.
Yeah, I can see it on screen. So that's what you think.
That's what I think. I mean, that's a lot. That's a big list.
Hey, right, but see, everyone only focuses on what Starfield and Redfall, and really only focus
Redfall, that
Stalker
Witcher.
2,
That's a big
Stalker
deal.
2, Stalker 2,
Stalker 2, yes.
Warhammer 40,000.
Yeah, I wanted to play that.
But my point is, they only focus on those games. It seems to be the games that more are focused on Microsoft or anything come to Xbox. Let me say that Xbox and PC.
I don't get that because
That's my
Microsoft
prejudiced
and Xbox
opinion.
is not the market leader. Why
No.
so much pressure on Microsoft?
Hmm.
Why?
The world will never know.
That's my issue with that.
There are
They're
a
the only
lot
real
of
competitor.
there are a
And
lot of
that's
games.
really there.
Okay, so what's your opinion, Serge?
As in what?
What I just stated about the games being delayed and
I'm always
the
about the games
big
being
list
better.
is, did you know it was that many games delayed in 2022?
Ooh, Advance War?
I assume because I mean everybody getting sick on the job and stuff, they can only work so fast. So people get the vid and gotta call off 2 weeks out. And so that will put a damper on production.
So you're saying that a lot of people have been impacted
Mhm.
and people lives should come first, right?
Yeah.
So you say, damn the game, save a life.
Well, I mean, if you
Damn a
it's a
game,
balance.
save a life,
It's a
right?
balance. It's a
Damn,
balance.
damn.
It's a balance though. So you
No, it's
can't
not. No, I
Yeah,
think
it
life will always come first. Damn the game, save a life. Someone's life takes precedence over any game.
Yeah. So you want to put it like that.
Yeah, damn the game, save a life. If
Mhm.
people's health should always become before any form of a game, if you're gonna, I think gamers to the extent have lost their minds if they're saying, well, I don't care if a person catches COVID or they're sick or their personal well being. No, because then that means they're talking out to both sides of the neck. Because a couple of weeks ago, everyone was talking about um, ABK and all this overtime work, and you shouldn't work all this overtime, and we want our developers until it impacts the game we want to play.
Right.
True, yeah.
Selfishness.
It's like, I don't care.
Yes.
Oh, wait.
Big time
Until it's
selfishness.
right, it's until it's the game we want.
So it's a game we want to play.
And when it's the game we want to play, we want it now.
Yep.
So I will always say, save a life, damn the game. Damn the game or save a life, however you choose it. Because, like you said, you can't talk out of both sides of your neck and want a game, but then not respect what goes into it and the time it needs to take. Now, albeit, I think that it's in regard to Redfall and Starfield, I just think they should take as much time as possible because Bethesda, more than Arcane, Bethesda needs to really release a game bug free, or as much as bug free as it can possibly be for a Bethesda game. Does that make sense?
Yeah, they do. They really need to. Because
So
now they only work on one platform, you know? Well,
yeah,
if you want to
well,
count PC. But
that's the same. They're the same kind of like back end. It's the same DNA.
yeah,
Windows and Xbox, same kind of DNA though.
they really
What
do
do you
need to show that they can release a game bug free. You're on one platform, you know?
what you think, Lady Jazz?
Um, Sir Rich brought up an interesting standpoint. I mean, it's not really interesting. It is. I don't want that to sound bad. It's what I think should be the basis of thinking for the sake of humanity. Like, how dare we say, I don't care what's going on. You better crack out that game. That's selfish. So that is a good point.
But that's human. But it's human.
Exactly.
It is human. I mean, I think it's
because we want to be
it would be
entertained.
right,
Paying to
right.
be
I think
entertained and
like just it's no different than to some extent that you go into a restaurant and you had your mind or your appetite or your mind set on getting a certain meal with something or whatever, and it's closed when you get there. Well, they were sick, whatever. I don't give a darn about them being sick. I want mine now.
you better get up out that bed, drink you some ginger
There you
ale.
go.
When was the last time you talked to your nephew? I mean, he has some insight. What does he
Oh,
say?
he's working from home, so it doesn't bother him as much.
Okay.
But that's a good question I am going to pose to him. I'm actually going to call him tomorrow and pose that question to him. Because, like you say, he is a game developer. And I'm not at liberty to say who he worked for just yet. I need to tell him, I'm going to tell people who he works for his own
Right.
privacy.
Right.
What do you think, Mega?
Well, first of all, that's a lot of games. But
Exactly.
yeah.
But does it put it in perspective when the world, let me just say not the world, it appeared that a lot of people were just focusing on two games.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't seen Twitter or what they've been saying, but I think the reason why is because those were like what Xbox only exclusives for this year, and now they don't really have anything this year. Not just because those games were delayed.
So you saying that's why they're focusing on them? Is that
Ye-
what you're saying? I'm just getting clarity.
Yeah, maybe that's because those were that's why people were focused on those two, and they're big AAA games. But
Breath of the
another
Wild
thing
is
that
AAA, isn't it?
what you say?
Breath of the Wild is AAA.
Yeah, but Nintendo still has exclusives this year.
They
Yeah,
But the but it's still Breath of the Wild was delayed and it's a big third party. I mean, it's a AAA game.
Yeah, but my point is that those two games were like Xbox's like only exclusive games for this year.
It was their heavy hitters.
Yeah.
So you saying they whet everybody's appetite, and then they found out, like he was going to the restaurant to have a certain meal, and it's like they ran out of the food, right? And then you upset because you didn't get yours.
Where's the beef?
There you
Remember the
go.
old lady? Where's the beef?
Yeah. I'm not sure how other people see it, but that's how I see it at least. But yeah, it also I want to like say also I want to say that there are like pretty like uh, it's that some of these games get delayed for various reasons in that list. Like Advance Wars is an interesting case because Nintendo officially said that that game was delayed due to current events.
What's current
And
event? Isn't that COVID?
no, you see,
What is-
there are
What's
like
been?
two certain Eastern European countries.
So you mean in Ukraine?
Yeah, Russia, Ukraine.
So they're in Ukraine.
No,
So where are they located then?
like, are you talking about the game setting or?
No, you said current events, and then you said Russia, Ukraine. So I'm asking, or is the developer located in either Russia or Ukraine?
No.
Then what current event is it? You're just saying because of what's going on between that is what made it delayed.
Yeah, but this is like, this is technically worldwide news,
No, what I'm asking for
Like,
you is clarity.
oh, well, I mean, why can I? Well, that's pretty much all I can give because that's what Nintendo said.
Oh, I would love to know what they mean by world events. That's all. I thought they gave more definition of
Oh,
what world events mean. World events mean to me that can be political and what's going on, or
Yeah,
what's going on
it
in
sounds
Russia
like they talking what's going on over there. Yeah.
and Russia, Ukraine.
Well, it could be
Okay, interesting.
Taiwan.
That could maybe.
Was Atomic Heart wasn't on that list, huh?
Oh, it wasn't on the list. I think that's still
I mean,
it's yeah,
that's
but that's
Ukraine,
a
isn't it?
is it?
I think so.
I didn't
I
know
think
that.
it is.
Learned something today because I had no idea.
I'm surprised it's not on that list. Interesting. But I do think half the game is made in America, so they may have took that load.
Oh,
It's
Find
okay
out.
if it's okay if I like bring up like a speculated game.
go ahead.
All right. We all know like the GoldenEye 007 like remastered thing, right?
Well, that's the rumor. We
Okay.
know it was a game. Yes.
Yeah, but now there's a rumor that the reason why that game isn't out yet, the reason why that game is put on hold is similar to like Advance Wars.
And that is
Russia, Ukraine.
really
Yeah,
okay.
they said it, not me.
No, I'm not doubting you. I'm just interesting.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
It look like
So
they're using that a lot. Hmm.
yeah,
Okay. It is interesting.
Yeah.
any of you guys um have anything else to say about this? I just thought it was funny that everyone was talking about all of these. Well, specifically two or three or four at most game delays. But when you talk about all the games that were delayed, it puts everything in perspective.
that Warhammer game. That's the 4-player co-op one, right?
Right. That's going to release in December on PC, and then at a later date on Xbox. If I was Microsoft, I'd have been nope. It has to release on both at the same time.
Yep. Yep. You should at least get that.
We got this.
Interesting. Really interesting.
Right.
Hmm.
So we'll see what games come out. And since we were saying that, and we were talking about delayed games, let's move to the next one because this fits it. What are your most wanted games you're looking forward to in 2023? Mark.
Uh,
So I have a few of them. It looked like it's that whole list.
Right, it's the whole list, right? That's why I said it.
Starfield.
Yeah,
I mean,
Starfield.
yeah. I mean, Starfield, Redfall, the Warhammer game, Atomic Heart,
Stalker.
Witcher. The Witcher was the remaster.
Yeah, it's remastered. And they're not going to charge for it. Isn't that a free upgrade? Isn't that something?
That's a free upgrade. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that something? It's not $70.
Right.
You finally,
Ooh,
finally
Dead
picked
Space
it up,
2.
huh? Sebastian?
Street Fighter 6.
Oh, you
Oh
looking
yeah,
at
that comes out
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah, I had to pull out the whole list. I was like, hold on, what else?
Street Fighter 6. Yeah.
For me, Starfield and definitely Breath of the Wild too.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't forget the Zelda.
I mean, the way that list is going is like we should get a game every month,
You would think.
regardless, all through the summer. Everything, you know. That's what it sounds like.
Speaking of games, we haven't heard anything about Microsoft releasing, and we're going to discuss that more. But what's the game that Sony blocked from coming on the Xbox? Or Bethesda game? What's that game?
Oh,
They're supposed to release this year.
I believe that is Deathloop, right?
Yeah, definitely. That's it.
Yeah,
That is
definitely.
exactly. Microsoft hasn't said one thing about that game. Maybe they can't
Oh,
say
no.
it until the whole contractual year is up, or is it 2 years? Because the game released in September, right?
It's
Of
no, it's just
2020,
supposed to be 1 year.
but it released in September 2021, right?
Yep. It released last September. And you're right, they ain't said a word about that game.
They haven't said anything. And what I hope happens is that it releases on Xbox and they have extra download content.
It should be the definitive edition.
Well, yeah, with FSR 2.0,
Yep.
which right, because I think it does have it is going to support FSR 2.0.
Should get that.
And speaking of that, and Redfall, are you guys looking out for or waiting for? Are you going to look at Quake-Con when they're going to unveil, what is it, 30 minutes of Redfall? Y'all heard about that?
Nah.
Supposedly they're supposed to show 30 minutes of Redfall at QuakeCon.
I thought it already happened.
No. I
just
think
that pre-beta gameplay we saw.
QuakeCon is what, in this month? It's on August 18th.
Okay, that should be real interesting now.
Yeah, they said they're going to show Redfall.
So we'll get to see it next week. Fine.
Next Wednesday or next Thursday? Next Thursday? Yeah, next Thursday.
Yeah, next Thursday.
Mm.
It's looking good though. I've seen pieces of it on Twitter.
I'm looking forward to it.
The developers, they try to put out a little pieces here and there.
Yeah, that game looks better now, and as you understand it more, and they gave more information out about the game, I'm very much interested in it.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's very interesting.
Very, very interesting.
Mm.
So none of you guys heard about that at QuakeCon, but we will see. Redfall is making a 30-minute long appearance. They make sure they emphasize the word long appearance. If it's 30 minutes, is there 30? Is it a 30? Is there a such thing as 30 short minutes as opposed to a 30 long minute?
Hmm.
I'm just asking.
I'm trying to get excitement. It's like, man, all we could get
Well,
was 30 seconds. 30-second long.
what time? Well, guess what? Next week that'll give us something to talk about, right?
For sure.
And we can give our opinions on it.
Sure.
Now, so you guys thought about QuakeCon. I'm waiting to see what's going to happen. Let's go to this topic. I don't know anything about it, but our resident Nintendo expert, talk to us about Splatoon. Because I
Oh
know
yes.
nothing about it. But I know nothing about Splatoon. But a lot of people supposedly like Splatoon.
Yep. Yeah, I do. But basically, what happened like currently is that yesterday there was a Nintendo Direct like dedicated to the upcoming Splatoon 3, and looking at the Direct, it looks like an improved sequel, as you can call it. There's more quality of life features. The graphics has improved, and more content. What sequels are supposed to be.
My own
And
ignorance. What is Splatoon? Because I've never played. I seen video of it yesterday, and all I saw was paint. So what is Splatoon?
well, Splatoon is a third-person shooter of sorts. In in Splatoon, your goal isn't to like get the most kills. Your goal is
Using
to
paint?
yeah, you have to ink the turf, and the team with like the most painted turf wins, basically.
Oh,
And yeah, and have you ever seen like the characters like turn into squids and submerge themselves into like the ink?
no. I've
I've
never
seen
seen
it.
it.
This gives me Jet
Okay.
Crime Radio vibes. I'll check it out. Oh, there's the squid you're talking about.
But yeah, they're basically half human, half squid. They're a species called inklings, basically. Yeah.
So you're saying
And
that's fun.
yeah, yep.
Interesting.
I've played since like what the first one when it was on the Wii U. And that game did well for the first game did well for a console that only sold 13 million. Yeah, kind of
Only,
embarrassing.
yeah, that's embarrassing for Nintendo.
Yeah, it is. And Splatoon 2 was a launch window game, and that did even better. And it looks like Splatoon 3 would do, even better.
It'll do better. Well, what is I heard there was some controversy about download content or something.
Oh, well, I haven't heard that.
I heard there was some form of controversy. So y'all
Um,
all in on Splatoon
Mm-mm.
double?
Mm,
Splatoon. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen Mega play it all the time, so it's a good game. Yeah.
Is it
yeah.
online or is it with friends or what is it?
Yes. Yes, multiplayer.
Oh, so you can be multiplayer online.
Online. Mm-hmm. It's a good game. Very good game.
Yeah.
I don't have a Switch, so I won't be
Mm.
playing. I've been tempting to get one, but I won't pay overprice for me. So that ain't happening.
Get a Switch Lite, dude.
No, I don't want nothing like. Mm-mm. If I get some, I want the real one. I'll wait till they do the next one. When they upgrade it, I get one then. So,
Whenever that happens.
yeah, probably next year. But Nintendo, probably 2024, because Nintendo is not going to pay for a new processor. I don't think they're going to do that. So, you guys gave your thoughts on Splatoon. I'll look at it more on the internet and see what I think about it. But did
They
you
got
guys?
enough money.
Yeah, speaking of which, this is going to go. But did you guys hear that Walmart is going to launch, or plans to, or intends to launch a streaming service for games?
No, that sounds pretty weird for their brand.
Hey, money.
But I can see
There
them
you
doing
go.
it though. I can see them doing it.
Be like them Soldier Boy consoles. Let me stop.
Didn't Walmart had a video game division where they would mail you games too?
Oh, so basically like GameFly. Y'all
Didn't they
remember
have something like
GameFly?
that?
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that.
Double, you remember that?
Yep.
No, I said, do you remember Walmart doing that kind of stuff? Walmart
Yeah.
had a video game rental service,
Yeah. That was like a long time ago.
but you remember, right?
Mm-hmm. But they didn't do it for long.
Okay.
I almost think
What
it
do
was
you?
like an experiment.
Looked like they had a talk with Paramount and Comcast.
My point on that is, where are they going to get the infrastructure?
Paramount and Comcast.
Paramount uses either Google. I know they don't use Microsoft. Oh, they may use Microsoft. If
And
I
then
was Microsoft,
Comcast. They had a meeting with them too.
who had a meeting with them?
Walmart.
Oh, did they?
Mm-hmm. Walmart reportedly met with executives from Paramount, which owns Paramount Plus and Showtime Disney, the parent company of Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN Plus, alongside with Comcast, which owns Peacock.
I thought that was when. Oh, what were they trying to do?
So it'll be Comcast's infrastructure.
Comcast has a data infrastructure, though. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yahoo Finance got the story on it.
Oh yeah, I know why Yahoo Finance, but I was just curious to
But
know.
my
Go ahead.
thing is, why not? A lot of these companies are joining up together like that. Netflix and Microsoft, right?
Yeah, for advertising.
And we found out today Disney Plus passed Netflix up.
No, they didn't. Read it again.
No, they didn't. They
It
like
was
a billion
monthly.
short.
They was for monthly, adding monthly subscribers.
Yeah, not overall subscribers. It's just
Right,
they
not
did it for
overall.
month.
Right. It was that article was misleading.
Oh, okay.
The article was extremely misleading because I thought originally I saw what you saw, and I'm like, no, that's not actually true.
Because I've seen like 271 million subscribers.
Oh, they say total subscriptions.
They said total subscriptions. They called them.
Uh-huh. Disney streaming services past Netflix and total subscriptions.
Oh, did I miss?
There you go.
Really? Okay, then I stand corrected. Because I didn't think they passed, and that was quick.
Because
That
remember
is
That's what I was
really-
saying.
they partner with Hulu and ESPN too.
Well, they actually. Well, see,
So
that's how
they
they.
bundle with that.
That's
They
how
bundle
they're
with that.
right. Because Disney owns what 60% of Hulu, and Comcast owns the other piece. And I don't know. Comcast has either Comcast can call some type of meeting to make Disney buy the rest of it.
And that would
But-
make sense why they would be with
Yeah,
Walmart for the streaming services because that links to that. Because they all came to the table together to have a conversation.
but I thought maybe to build a service, but Walmart uses Microsoft Azure in the back end. I know they did that for something to do with. I know they use Microsoft. I know I read an article, but Comcast has a data infrastructure service. But what do you guys think overall? Will it be successful for Walmart? How they're going to get in? Who
Yeah,
they're going to
because they
get?
got they're gonna be selling them in the stores and stuff. They got a way to package it. But what would be they
Okay, let
streaming
me
service?
rephrase.
Would it be because
That's what I'm asking.
it would be like how they got like Comcast got the box. It'll be what, a Walmart box that they sell now, and then they'll have the Walmart software in there, whatever they use to link all the streaming services together inside the box. The same thing that Comcast got right now. Only it'll be linked to Walmart some kind of way.
They're gonna be standing
Maybe
in the
they using
store
them.
passing out
Maybe they
pamphlets.
maybe they
I bet
using
you it
they
would.
warehouse or they
Okay, what I'm
uh
asking the vision is, what I'm asking is Walmart, and I'm putting it in quotes. Walmart wants to do a gaming streaming service, right? I'm asking who games they're going to put in there. Okay, hear me out on this. Google hopped in, technically hopped out. This is not a cheap venture. You got to have that infrastructure. And Google, Amazon, and Microsoft are the three biggest ones that can get away with it. Google thought it was too expensive to work with gaming companies and develop gaming companies. But I'm asking, Walmart says we want to get into the streaming service. What I'm asking is, okay, you see NVIDIA, what you got? NVIDIA streaming, you got Steam. How are they going to do it? Are they going to do it on the TV? Or are they going to add an app on the computer? Or are they going to add an app on the phone? If they try to add an app on the phone, is it going to be on? It's definitely not going to be on a Apple phone. Remember, because Apple doesn't let anybody get on their phones for their
uh
game streaming. So, is it going to be just Android devices? And then that's the case. Then what is Walmart? How is it going to reach me? Because you remember Netflix has a gaming service, and I remember someone said, "I only look at Netflix on my TV." Right? I never seen the gaming service, and someone said that, "Oh, it's on the phone." I never. I don't really look at it. I know it's not on Apple phone. So anyone has Android. Have you looked at a streaming
I don't watch it on my phone.
But that's my point. But they were talked about because people are not using Netflix for gaming, and they said less than 2% of their subscribers, were using it. What I'm trying to say is, how are you going to? Um, it's easy to say you're going to do game streaming. To me, everyone can say, "Oh, I want to do game streaming." Because they see what Microsoft is doing, what Nintendo is doing, what Sony is doing, what Steam is doing, EA to an extent, Ubisoft, what all those guys are doing. Firms, not guys, but firms are doing. Explain to me how, because you got to have some infrastructure. Where are you streaming from? Then you got to
That's
go
all I was just
to,
about.
all right, then you got to go to all the gaming companies and say, we want your games on our service. Remember, Google had a problem with that too. I think a lot of times it's easier said than done, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm asking. So, because I'm setting a foundation for another topic. So that's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. See where I'm coming from with streaming service, right? So Walmart wants to go in the stream. Walmart has money, but Walmart does not have that infrastructure. At least I haven't heard it. Now they may be teaming with IBM, or they may be teaming with someone else who has a data centers. But the biggest three data centers is, again, Azure, Amazon is first, Azure, Google Cloud, or whatever. I can see Walmart saying, you know what, we'll add it and we'll make it part of our little monthly package that we do. That's what Amazon is doing. Their Amazon Prime service. I think their gaming is what, $5 or $6 more a month if you have Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
I'm asking.
it is.
Okay, I don't subscribe to it because I don't see a need. It's not going to benefit me. So let's go with Netflix, Hulu, and all that. Do you guys not see that at some point? Do you think these streaming services is just going to hit a mass where, you know what, the strongest going to survive, right?
That's what's going to happen.
Look at Netflix, look at Hulu, look at Hulu, Paramount, Peacock. Who else is out there? Help me out. Whoever else. There's so many streaming.
Tubi,
Voodoo, whatever, right?
Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
It's Crunchyroll owned by Sony,
Never
which
mind.
boggles my mind as to why they didn't put that in their streaming service for
More
gaming.
money.
I don't understand why they didn't have that. I don't understand why they didn't do that. So, do we have a good foundation of what we were talking about for the streaming service with Walmart? So, do you think Walmart's going to just, they were in discussion. So, we can discuss anything. You can discuss buying a new house with your wife or your husband, whatever. You can discuss it. We all can discuss what we want to do. Are we going to do it? That means you got to think about, well, do we have enough money to do X, Y, Z? Or our shareholders going to be like, oh, we're going to lose money. Because everything you do when you try to build something up, that's an investment. You got to take the loss on that, right?
Mhm.
Now, did Google officially give up?
I'm
Did they
not
give up
saying they're
with
selling their
Stadia?
technology. They're selling their technology to others. I know that. They're
Okay.
not competing head to head with Steam, Microsoft, Sony, and Amazon. Because Amazon has Luna, right?
Right. Amazon has Luna. So I mean, Google still owns a couple of companies like Iron Galaxy.
What is Iron Galaxy?
Gaming company.
They did Killer Instinct.
Oh, that's the one who did Killer Instinct? They still own them? I
Yep.
thought they sold their game divisions.
Google?
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking. I think they're still owned by Google. Well, Iron Galaxy is not out here independent.
Well, I can't tell you because I don't know.
Wait, I thought Iron Galaxy is owned by Amazon.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Internet.
Well, let's look it up.
I'm looking it up now. I know they
Yeah.
they must be big. They got an office in Chicago, Orlando, and Nashville. Let me see. Wikipedia should have more information. Wikipedia usually tells you.
It could be Amazon. It could be.
Let's see. Yeah, you out here giving all this fake information saying Google
Exactly.
Fake
have
news.
now.
Exactly. Look
Fake
like they
news,
independent.
yeah.
Look like they independent. I don't see.
I'm on their page. I know they were headquartered in Chicago.
Neither did I.
Neither do I. Well, that's cool.
They don't look like they owned by anybody.
It sure doesn't.
It says private. I'm on
It's
the
It's
Wikipedia.
LLC. Yeah, it's on LLC. It's a private company. Double, you up here giving out
Over
fake
here, fake
information.
information.
Oh,
Brothers,
Don't
you better
even know.
stop.
Don't even know.
Yeah, he up here
No,
giving
that
out
means
this
something
fake.
changed then. That means
Oh,
something
you
has
know what? Maybe you're confusing with because there were two developers that worked on Killer Instinct. The original developers, I know for a fact they were owned by somebody, but maybe Iron Galaxy picked up like development for a DLC after
Oh,
they
they do
got
a
the
lot of
spot.
ports. They did a lot of ports.
There you go.
A ton of ports.
Because
So I
believe me,
wonder
if
if
it
they
was
did the
that simple, we would have
DLC.
got Killer Instinct too.
And it's only 250 people to work at that company.
Yeah, they kicking out. They did Rumbleverse? What?
Go ahead, y'all.
They did Uncharted Legacy. Get these for Windows.
Yeah, they did a lot of ports. They port game is on strong. It's like 50, 60 titles, probably more than that.
Okay,
So
we
you know what?
said
I looked it up. Double M, you were thinking about Double Helix Games? Yeah,
Double
it's Double
Helix did
Helix.
the second season of Killer Instinct.
No,
Second
Double
Iron
and
Helix.
Galaxy did the second season.
second
Double
and
Helix
third.
did the first season. Then they were bought by Amazon. I just looked it up.
Okay. So Double
who
Helix. Okay.
was bought by Amazon.
Double Helix Games.
Oh, okay then. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason why I said all that, and the reason why I was asking you guys about streaming service and expensive doing streaming service, everybody can't jump into streaming services, right? So that's why I wanted to lead off with the main topic and said make sure we have a good foundation with one, have an understanding of streaming services because people think that the back end servers, the cloud is very cheap and it's just easy to jump into. That infrastructure is expensive. Billions upon billions of dollars must be invested to start a back end services. And you get, like I said, that's not a cheap thing to do. So go back into the name of this podcast. It's called Microsoft Strikes Back. I'm going to give a quick synopsis of what I think Microsoft responded to some of the things that Sony said in concern with, to the Brazil, what is it called, Cade, and regard to them buying Activision Blizzard. You guys remember that? Did
Yeah.
you guys hear about that?
Yes.
What do y'all think about that?
Well, Microsoft had words for them though, right?
They had
Is that what you're saying?
specific words, right? They had specific words.
Well,
For
it's the same thing
instance,
I was saying in last week's podcast when he was saying they're playing lame duck. They playing like they're weak.
well, did you know that Sony was paying developers to keep games off Game Pass?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
I
It was
didn't
always
know.
rumored. It's
Yeah,
always been rumored.
that came
No,
out
no,
today.
no.
It
I
came
said
out.
it was. Yeah, it came. That's what was
It was
said.
proof positive that they was not a
Wow.
rumor,
Well, it was, they
but an
Let me go
article.
find
Well, it was an article that said Microsoft claimed because they said the document said it, but they said they being wherever the
Cliche,
document came from,
hearsay.
right? It's I don't dispute it. Put it like this, I don't dispute it. So, what do you guys think of that? Now, Sony was like again throwing out saying Game Pass is too hard to compete against, but if I'm not mistaken, didn't Sony start one of the first subscription services for their PlayStation Plus and PlayStation? What do you call it? Subscription for the online?
Yeah, they had this. They was the
They have
first one to
like
get
a
a
lot
subscription
of
Right,
them.
service.
right. There was
Actually, no, they were the last. They were the second because they had
who was
free
first,
subscription for Xbox. That's the first.
but free. I wouldn't consider a subscription
Yeah, it
because
was
if it's
Xbox.
free, but
I meant like online
no,
services. Online services.
right. But yeah, Xbox had the first online service. I'm not talking about Xbox Live because you can't play games. That's just a service you use. They use as the back end. What I'm speaking of is what was the one where Sony had to let you play video games, but you could stream it, and it didn't download the game. They did that first. It
Oh,
was
that
hard.
was Sega Genesis. You talking about a
No,
service?
What?
no.
No,
It
they
was
Talking about
did
the
have
online.
He's
So
thinking
they
about
no.
what? PlayStation
Yeah.
Now or something?
That's it. PlayStation Now.
See, I don't
Yeah.
even know the
That was
name
a
of them.
subscription.
I went
Yeah,
back
Talking
with
about
Sega
Sega
Genesis. What was the thing
Genesis.
called Sega? It was a game service they used to have back in the day.
Oh,
Sega
I don't.
Channel.
Sega Channel. There
Yeah,
you
that's
go.
the
Playing
Sega
it on
Channel.
They
Dreamcast.
service. They was the first one to do the service.
But
Then it was
We don't stream it though.
Really?
But then it was
But-
PlayStation. So
yes, PlayStation had PlayStation Now, and my point I
Yeah.
was making is they had PlayStation Now, which allowed you to play your video games through a streaming. Then Microsoft did what they had to do, but they were stopping games from going onto Game Pass, and they were saying that Game Pass hurts them. Game Pass is going to more or less hurts the quality of games. And I'm still not figuring out how that makes sense to me. How does Game Pass hurt the quality of games? I mean, if you want to go off of that narrative, then remember I said morning, when we first started that Horizon Forbidden West, albeit it looked good, it still looked good. Had bugs, right? And it was ranked, what, 8.2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was high.
Name what game did Microsoft release in the last year or two that was below 8?
They haven't.
So how does Microsoft Game Pass hurt if Microsoft developed a game? They haven't released the game under an 8.
Ignoring the facts, just with the
Well, no, because I know Sony what everyone always rants about. I'm saying rant, that's the wrong way of saying it. Brags about or keeps saying, they say that every time they talk about Sony, oh, they make great single player games. They're just masterpieces. They're fun, yes.
Oh wow.
Last of Us is good. Last of Us was a great game. Spider-Man's a great game.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm
Go ahead.
I'm looking at the Metacritic list for the top 43 publishers, and Microsoft is first for
I think that was
2021.
for 2021. But
Yeah.
my point is, they're saying that Sony was saying that if Game Pass is
Cor-
going to make people go because Game Pass is cheap and free, the quality of games go down.
they
Microsoft is
making
the
I'm sorry, it just how that's worded. They're making it sound like they're just cranking out games like, all right, let's get it out, let's get it out,
exactly.
and that's not what's happening at all.
But if you listen to their narrative, that is what they're telling the Brazilian, what do you call it? Administrative, whatever. So I forget the name of the group, but
That's crazy.
yeah, they're telling them that Microsoft's Game Pass diminishes quality. How does it? I'm still trying to get someone to explain to me how does that diminish quality.
And that's why I said
Yeah, it
ignoring
will
facts.
increase quality because then more people are playing a variety of games, and you're not gonna get them to play the same thing over and over. So in actuality, that'll make the games better.
Bunch
There
of
was,
BS.
like I said, people will say anything to fit their narrative.
Mm-hmm. That's
Because like
crazy.
look at Netflix, when they got stale, what happened? People's subscription stop subscribing. So if it's not fresh, you're not gonna keep it up. It's got to be a variety of goodness.
Well, I think it's got to be a bunch of good games. I think I don't like what's the game we played? Double. What's the game? Definitely not Peppa Pig. I'm not saying that. What's the game?
Yeah.
As Dust Falls. What was it? As Dust Falls, right?
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
It was a good game. It was a good game. I'd get that game at least a 7.5 to an 8, in my humble opinion. It didn't crash. It didn't give me. It
Alright.
didn't have any bugs in it.
My
So
game that I never would have played is Sea of Solitude. If you never played that on Game Pass, that was on Game Pass, and that game is wow.
is
that's
it good?
too.
Yes, it's beyond good. It's like
Really?
affected me. Like every time I think about it, I have to. Oh man, that game affected me. But like, it's a good game.
Okay.
It's a 9 out of 10 on Steam. Like, it's a good game.
Well, I found that to be quite interesting about the acquisition. That I think Sony came out and said Game Pass is a menace. That's the way I'm going to phrase it. It's a menace to the way they're doing business. Because Sony is saying they can charge but that's competition.
Because they can
If
keep
you
dipping
right,
out the same game over and over again. If you
right,
put the game in Game Pass, they're not going to buy it again because they get to play it. And we got to come up with something new.
but
Basically.
but my point is this: you charge $70. You can charge your client whatever if they want to pay it. It's a
Yeah.
free society. If so, you can't. I think it's silly for them to even try to say then you develop a better game. Like I think it would have been a better option to move people higher on the premium PlayStation Plus to say, okay, maybe not day one, but our new releases come out within the next month on premium, or even release with premium. That way you get everybody in your premium service, because Sony doesn't release a bunch of, and they did this year. But after this year, what is Sony releasing after God of War? A lot of people think Spider-Man is coming out next year. I highly doubt Spider-Man or Wolverine's coming next year. 2024, 2025, yes. 2023, I doubt it, because I don't even think God of War may come out. Unless they show something this month. We'll see if God of War comes out. I hope it does.
Coming.
Excuse me?
So I think it's coming.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. I said I'm speculative because, like I said, I haven't seen anything outside of a. You haven't seen any true gameplay, have you? That's the question.
Outside of the little teaser they showed, I mean,
Was that gameplay?
I
Was
don't
it
know.
game?
I will.
don't know.
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not.
So, Double, do you think, let me rephrase it, do you think they would have shown more gameplay since that's their heavy hitter? And that game, again, must sell at least. I'm going to go down on my estimate since I think you guys were saying that I was going too high. 5 million within the first 2 to 3 months. 2 months.
5 billion? It'll do
Copies
that. It'll do that.
in 2 months.
Yeah. In 2 months, it'll do that. I mean, people starving for that game now.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it.
It's gonna get delayed like the first one.
You heard me say
'Cause
I
they
want to
can't
play
risk it. Because they can't risk that. They can't mess up on God of War.
it. If I were them, I wouldn't put the game out this year.
They gonna do like they did the
I
first one.
would. I would hold that game until because is it releasing now? Correct me on this. Is it releasing on the PS4 and PS5 or strictly PS?
I think so. I think it's a dual.
Okay,
A triple,
then
actually.
PS4 and
PS
PS5.
and
Okay,
PS
then.
Pro. I think it's doing threesome.
Okay, then they can release it then because they'll have the saturation of 100 plus million consoles to sell it.
Exactly.
You just saying the amount.
Yeah, because if it was just PS5, there is no way in the world I would release that game. With
Oh
20
no,
million,
that better be buttery.
yeah, that would be suicide.
You got that right. We'll get that. We'll get that game for sure.
You think so?
Yeah.
Hey, Jazz, now that you guys know that you, in regard to this, and they are definitely don't want the Call of Duty to, I don't know what game Sony is playing this. Like I said, I think they're trying to muck the deal up. I'm going to keep telling people that. People think I'm crazy, but I'm telling you, they are going to muck it up. Jazz, you see that link I sent you earlier about people understanding how much money Sony makes off third party? They make
Oh,
more money on
yeah.
third party
Pull
than
that.
their first party. So if that be the case, because you know everyone says again, Sony make the greatest first party games, right? Isn't that the narrative?
Yep.
Yep,
the
that's
Then
a narrative.
someone please explain to me why they make 80 to 90% of the money from third party.
$1 million
That's
question.
yes.
It's basically mind share.
It's mind share because it sure is the devil not sharing the wealth. Because Sony ain't giving you nothing.
I mean, it's definitely the PS4 era. They had the mind share, so Somebody gonna buy something, they're gonna buy it on the PlayStation 4.
Mhm.
Not me.
And,
No,
Yes,
sir. Really.
and that's that casual. That's that casualness of it.
that's the casual. That's the casual thing, right?
Well, damn if it's the casuals, damn the hardcore then, because y'all ain't making me any money.
No, because I mean the hardcore they get the Game Pass. Casuals they buy a few games here and there.
Like I said, damn y'all ain't making money for me. I'm gonna be like, no, I'm out. I'm going to go with the casuals. 'Cause y'all not making enough money.
Well, they've been saying it for years that they're
Yes.
bad hardcore. That's why we don't get nothing. That's why.
You're right.
And they
Keep the
paying to
casual
lock it
going.
out. And they paying to lock it out stuff out of Game Pass that you can't get. So
That's why their games are $70. Don't get it twisted. Their games are $70
That's why.
because they have to
That
pay them buy for new acquisitions and all that extra money that they have to pay out to other developers to make their games stay on certain, for exclusivity. And I don't play Final Fantasy, but what is that game that we're waiting on? Xbox is waiting on that because I don't really play Final Fantasy. Is it Final Fantasy 7 or 14? Which one is it?
Evan.
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Okay, that's the one. And there's no release date on the Xbox,
Mhm.
which I
Nope.
kind of think is shady. So again, Lady Jazz, what do you think about all that with Sony? All this.
I think they are just. I hate to say it, but truth is truth. That hating to the extreme. Like, no, they can't do that. No, stop.
Yeah, because
Stop.
that graphic showed you how much Sony makes off of third party, and they make a killing.
Mm-hmm. Let me pull these back up.
I wanna see it. Let me see. Hmm.
well.
So it's something to think about. So, y'all think at the end of the month we're going to hear something, or it's going to be more silence from the FTC?
And so what? The acquisition block?
Yeah,
I think it's just I don't know. It'd be a trip if this does push them though.
I think Microsoft did a good job in answering and saying, "Hey, I think Sony is wanted both ways. They want one.
And
They
he's
want to
being as
have their own
powerless.
right. They want to have their subscription service, but when somebody really tries to compete with them, they still want to be able to go stab you in the back and smile in your face and
No,
say,
get out of here.
I like fairness, but I don't like people to sit up here and try to take advantage and then, screw you behind your back and smile in your face. That is something I don't like.
Smiling in your face.
The problem is that for the last 27 years, right? They just ain't had nobody competition strong enough to meet them. Well, it's finally here. So
Yeah,
now
they
you
didn't. Yeah,
dominate.
because Microsoft as a company didn't view, in my opinion, Xbox as legitimate. That was always the bald headed stepchild. And now, because of Phil and all of the things that he's trying to do and show that, hey, no, again, I go back to Microsoft not having a consumer base. And if they can get this ABK acquisition through, they will have a lot of the consumer base because they'll get ABK with that comes King, which is a lot of casual gamers. A lot of casuals that
That's the
play on
mobile.
mobile.
Yeah, the
Excuse me?
mobile division.
The mobile division. And you think about
Yeah.
that. They got your email address, they know you, and they send emails letting you know, hey, we got Game Pass, we got this, you can play this, you get X, Y, Z. And hey, do you know about Game Pass? That's a big thing for the mobile.
Yeah.
We'll see how that happens or what's going to transpire. I think hopefully we'll hear something by the end of the month. If not,
It just, it just
like
ain't
I
a big
said,
trip no more.
I don't trust Nina Khan. I think she's ready to thwart anything from big tech. Anything that big tech throws out there that they're trying to do, especially Microsoft. I think she's going to try to screw it up.
Yeah, she got to think about those big defense contracts, like I was talking about.
She got to think
With
about something. Megan, what you think?
About how Sony's acting about, Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard.
Yeah.
Yeah, they being petty. They're being petty. They're basically trying their like very, very best to like, make this fail. And I think they're doing that, just the, sake of competition. And that's how competition is.
Yeah, I think they're doing it because of competition, but because they don't want competition. They want absolute dominance.
Yeah.
I don't want to compete.
Think
What do you
about it. Think about it. They ran Sega. Sega kind of messed themselves up,
That's a
but
whole right. Rest in peace.
but Nintendo's scared to compete.
Well,
They want.
Nintendo's in their own world, though. Nintendo needs to
They
stay
got
away.
I say
They
ever
got
since
drove
the
to
Wii.
their own world. They got drove to their own world. They won't even make a console strong enough as PS5 or a Series X.
You think so?
Why? Because
They
they don't really
I
need to.
agree.
Sales kind of shows that.
I agree, because no one's going to pick up. I mean, not saying that people aren't out there with that mindset, but no one's going to be, oh, let me go to my Switch and play some Call of Duty. You know what I mean? It's more like a certain niche group.
Before the Wii, Nintendo was taking on everybody. It didn't matter.
I think Nintendo found their niche. And Nintendo found a niche, and they're like, hey, we are comfortable where we are. We don't have to compete.
Y'all have fun over
And
there.
you're right. You do what you do. You do you. And the only time I think Nintendo is going to have to compete if mobile gaming merges and the Game Pass and all that takes off, and the casual gamers start saying, wait a minute, we can do everything in the cloud from our phones. We can play every game. And maybe not now, but I would say in the next 4 to 5 to 6 years, when cloud gaming infrastructure matures and back end matures where it's very low latency, and you can get those Nintendo like games. And I'm saying Nintendo like
Cell
because
shaded animation.
yeah, those type of games that Nintendo is does a good job at, and they can copy them, because that's all people do is copy. And I'm not going to say it's good or bad, but that's what it is. You have a Apex Legends, all those copies. But my point I'm making is, if someone make a couple of Nintendo games that similar to Animal Crossing, similar to Splatoon, similar like Multiverse.
They already did.
Multiverse,
EA
right?
already did that with
Right.
that dodgeball game.
True. Multiverse is supposed to go after Mario. What is it? Mario and what?
Smash
What is it?
Brothers.
Smash
Smash
Brothers.
Bros.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
it is because it's a
it
good
is.
game.
It's a good game. I played it. It's pretty good. So when you start getting that, it's going to start biting into Nintendo's lunch because people will start saying, "Wait a minute, if I can get it, don't get me wrong, I don't think uh, multiverse is good enough to play. Um,
Tournament.
no,
Still
not in
early.
terms. It's still. I don't think multiverse is good enough to play on. I haven't played it, so you guys let me know. I only played on console. It's not good enough to play on a mobile phone with latency.
Oh
I don't
no.
know.
No,
So
not yet.
that
It
right,
it may
but
be on them expensive ones, but not no average phone.
and if you're sitting at home, it is. But if you're on a
Yeah.
yeah, you're sitting on your own wireless network, it's probably so there's no latency. But if you are somewhere
Out and
in the
about.
city, out and about on your mobile network, I don't think you're going to get you're going to do a good job. So that's my point. That if you get a couple of when if the Game Pass merges and what people are saying, the Game Pass and Microsoft gets to buy, and this is Microsoft should do. What if Microsoft made a Smash Brothers type game with Master Chief, Doom, the Doom guy,
Put all their
Gears,
properties.
4 or 5
All the
characters,
Airgees
right?
PlayStation.
No, just Microsoft. All the things that they own,
No, I'm
and then
just
if they
saying do it PlayStation try to do it Airgees.
oh, okay, then you put and if they own Crash Bandicoot, put him in the game. All their little animated characters, put a lot of them into a Smash Brothers type of game. And I mean, do it from a kiddie perspective so kids can get into it, or like they did Multiverse. And if they can do something like that, and it's going to be free to play anyway, they'll make a killing. And I can guarantee you they should just say, hey, we need one of y'all to do it. And all those properties they need to. I don't think they are that naive. They being Microsoft, they are that naive not to think like that. Put all their characters in a multiverse to our Smash Brothers type game or Mario Kart game. All those were good. I remember Mario Kart back in the day. That was a fun game.
Revolutionary.
Indeed.
Revolutionary.
So we'll see how this
Since we're
turns
talking
out.
about, I was about to say, since you're talking about that, now would be the perfect time for Microsoft to bring back Banjo-Kazooie. I know I keep
Even that,
saying that, but
even everyone says that. But even if that's the case, if they did a multiverse type of game or Smash Bros., there you go. He needs to be in there. What's that other? It's a bunch of characters that they could put in there. Unlockable character, battle. All of them could be in there. Or
Cameo.
they can say, okay, we're going to have our fighter pack where they have all the people from Halo. I mean, Halo. Like I said,
Gears.
Gears, Call of Duty, all of them in their fighting where you do a Smash Brothers type of game where this season it's just the fighters from our first person shooter games. Oh, that would be nice. But
you gotta see.
yeah. So those are all the topics I had, ladies and gentlemen. What else do you guys have to talk about? And
Somebody need to make a Power Stone.
Ooh, yeah, I'd play that.
Man.
wait, did you just say Power Stone?
Yes.
Then hell yeah, they
Not
they
a remake,
definitely.
but a new one.
Hey,
Yeah.
for one, we played Power Stone when we had Dreamcast, didn't we?
mm-hmm.
We
I
sure
still
did.
got it.
Got all about that. We used to play that too. Jeez. Mm. Yeah, Power Stone be great.
But let's just see how this merger goes through because I'm still 30-70, 30 against the 70 that it's I mean 30 that it's going to go past 70 that the hating people are going to try to screw it over. I want to be wrong. I want to be 100% wrong.
Why are they saying this year though?
What do
That
you
it
mean?
may go this year.
Because it technically, I think the FTC has 30 days to say something. And I guess Microsoft is saying we're going to give you your 30. That's why people were speculating at the end of this month. But then someone else said, no, it's not at the end of this month. They have the end of October. And if it's at the end of October, then Microsoft said we're going to go ahead and close it.
Okay.
Because what I think Microsoft will do, and if I was them, I'd do this. If the FTC in the US say they can, and 90% of the countries say they can merge, and then say Brazil says no, you can't. You can't stop them from merging. I'm like, oh well, we just won't sell in your country, but you can't stop us from merging.
You know, I just realized something. If that happens, would they? Oh wait, I don't think it'll happen in Brazil. But what if the game releases in Brazil, but it's under a different publisher?
Couldn't.
Yeah, what do you say there?
It couldn't unless if Microsoft owns it, and you say, oh, we'll license it out for, let's say, for lack of a better way, EA to publish it in Brazil.
Ooh. He said, for lack of a better. I said, like a better.
Yeah, that would be interesting, but I don't think that's plausible or doable.
Well, they could, because they still a publisher, so Activision could do that.
No, I said if Microsoft bought the company and then they said, okay, Brazil was acting stupid. I don't know how this would go if the US, the EU, and 90% of the world said you could buy it, and one little company, one country said, oh no, we're going to oppose it. Okay, oppose it. We just won't come there. I don't know how that works, but it would, and I don't know.
Or is it a majority,
I don't know. I really don't know, because I can guarantee you, I don't want to say guarantee, but I think if the EU and the FTC say yes, and Japan says yes, and I think China has to say yes. And I don't think China really gets into all that, but I don't think they would care. They were like, okay, the 90% of the bigger countries said yes. I don't think they'll say anything. They'll go right past them.
Yeah.
This is strange. I mean, just like, okay, like Disney. they buy everything. You never hear nobody blocking Disney.
But this is not considered big tech. Disney is not big tech.
True.
That's why I was amazed when Sony just amazingly slid right through with buying Bungie. No one said anything. Oh, go right ahead. They let that go real quick. So
And it closed so fast. It closed in
it-
like less than 6 months.
yeah. So Lena says something about it. If I was Microsoft, okay, see you in court. That would be my play.
Strange.
That would be my play. I'd be like, okay, we can go to court. That's all I tell you. We'll go to court. I wish Microsoft, I hope they had a wherewithal to do it, because I'm telling you, if it was me, okay, we'll see you in court. I'll waste $1 billion in court.
Can you?
No, I can't.
Off the
Right.
US taxpayers. No.
Do you want to?
I just think it's nastiness, because, like I said, I think, and I'm not trying to be all on Microsoft, because I try to stay neutral. But when I see something that's not fair, I'm gonna call it out. I don't care who it is. And I think that, like I said, I posted something, and I said that where are all the people where are all the journalists not going in on Sony for their nasty tactics? Not one journalist. They'll
They all
report and
quiet.
say, no, not one so-called gaming journalist has gone in on Sony. And I said, oh, you know why? It's because they're on the tape. Jokingly, I was like, in my opinion, they're on the tape. You scared to go against Sony. Journalists are not supposed to point out their opinions. They're only supposed to report fact. And actually, for an editorial, You are just supposed to report the news. You're not supposed to give your opinion. You're a journalist. I don't care about your opinion. I just want you to report the news.
Let me make my opinion.
Exactly. You're supposed to be objective. And I think a lot of these gaming journalists, they don't even know what objective means. It means Sony. That's what objective means in third. Because I have not seen one journalist go in on it. But anyway,
That's what they was raised on.
doesn't matter. You can't call yourself a journalist unless
Bias.
you, yes, complete bias. So we hit all our topics. So let's do our outros, ladies and gentlemen. And where you're going to be, where can we find you? And a chat, they all played video games on Friday night. They left me out, but that's all right.
Nah, you asleep.
Nah, we really
Guess what? And I had a comeback. I have a comeback for that. I thought about it. I said, nah, I'm going to let them slide. But since you brought it back up, I was asleep. You could have texted. Thank you very much.
Oh, wow. There you go.
Yeah, text worked just fine.
You know, we
They were playing, and then I see all these little
Marky
posts
Man
about
jumped in
hey,
the
having
stream.
fun and all this, and we had all this
Hey.
fun, and I'm like, was I on the moon at that time, or was I in another world, or they just forgot about me? Okay,
It happens that way. We got online, and
I
everybody just came together. Like, hey, we all play that. All right.
know that's right. Oh my gosh. So with that being said, where are we gonna find you, Lady Jazz?
I am here every Thursday. I also stream on Twitch. Catch me at Jazzymoto, how my name is spelled. Random days during the week. Trying to figure that out, down pat. Saturdays I do art streams in the morning. So YouTube, Twitter, Jazzymoto, Facebook, Jazzymoto. Yay.
Much. What about you, Sir Rich?
What? Sir Rich on Instagram, Sir Rich on Twitter, as well as Facebook. You can find me at that same label of Sir Rich at twitch.tv. Wednesdays at 7 and Fridays at 7. Sometimes I do a random stream on Sunday, Tuesdays. And that's about it, other than being here on at 7 p.m. Central, right here. Everything's Central. Everything's Central.
Yeah, everything is central. What about you, Megan?
The name's Mega Elixir. I'll be here every Thursday, and if every Friday, whenever Jazzymoto streams, if she's in the mood on playing Fall Guys or Multiverses, then I'm in.
What are you playing it on? Xbox or?
Xbox.
Oh, so you do play the Xbox.
Yep.
Okay. What about you, Double?
You can find me here every Thursday with everybody else.
Apparently.
And we also run a Facebook page, All Things Geeky. You're welcome to come and talk with us and have some fun.
Okay, thank you very much. And I'm the one. You'll find me here Thursday and on Xbox as the one, and on PS4, PlayStation Network as the one, PS5, whatever you choose to call it. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. Thank you for people joining the podcast. Hopefully you can hit a like. We're still trying to get at least 100 by the end of September, so we can at least hit that goal. Thank you guys very much for joining. Thank you guys for listening to our chat. Again, we're just starting out. We're just a month and a half in, and we're still working on it, working out kinks. But we're trugging along. And thanks everyone for showing up. Thanks, Lady Jazz, for hosting.
All
right. We holla.
Hit that button. Hit that
Hit
thumbs
that
up.
like,
Hit that like
subscribe.
Tell your friends. Tell your family. Tell your dog. Tell everybody.